I miss when games were so hard they were only 15 minutes long but took a month to master and beat.
Yeah, no. Like Ninja Gaiden?
Oh man, I love Ninja Gaiden!
You do know Tecmo made more of them after the NES trilogy, which were a little less testicle twisting.
Nah, screw that 3D hack and slash stuff. That's not Ninja Gaiden at all.
Then how about playing something like The Messenger?
The what?
It's an indie spiritual successor to Ninja Gaiden.
I'm in! We're doing this now!
Wow, this game got so tough at times I wasn't sure if I was even gonna beat it.
How is this game so good?
What? How did this absolute masterpiece slip right by me after all this time? Wow, so you really like it, huh?
Who even made this? Sabotage Studios.
Wait, this is their first game? Hey, that's really impressive. The Messenger is a 2D action platformer taking heavy inspiration from the NES Ninja Gaiden, if that wasn't already abundantly clear. You'll jump and slash your way through demons in several large linear levels with checkpoints scattered across the journey. But there's also many hidden paths to discover with various enemy and platforming challenges, rewarding you with these green glowy medallion thingies to smash. They don't do anything but offer extra goals and challenges to meet, like the strawberries in Celeste. However, smashing all 45 will reward the player with a classic familiar OP weapon that is definitely worth your while. At the end of each area, you'll defeat a boss, unlocking the path forward. The difficulty curve is gradual but consistent in both levels and boss fights, scaling slowly as the ninja acquires new abilities and as the player gets more time to master them. You can fire throwing stars, glide with a wingsuit, climb walls, cloud step off enemies midair for a double jump, zip around with a grappling hook, rope dart, whatever, same thing. But even with all that, prepare to die a lot. Fortunately, the game is very forgiving with deaths, as you meet up with the greed demon Corbel, who will resurrect you indefinitely, as long as he's allowed to trail behind you for as long as he feels like, eating up whatever time shards you would have collected during that window of time. Time shards are a mysterious currency you find along your journey or collect from monsters and large crystal deposits. You'll spend them at the various shops scattered across the land, leveling up your skill tree. So yeah, death really means nothing but more experience. And it gets personal when Corbel mocks you for each death as he revives you. And he's hilarious! Corbel has so many funny remarks for the dozens of ways you can die in this game that he actually acts as a reverse psychological encouragement to keep you trying. If all else fails, you could try jumping.
Did that projectile look like a health potion to you?
I really wasn't expecting you to fall in that pit. That's what I would have said if I had any faith in you. What do Spikes and Corbel have in common? We both have your back! I could do this all day, which is good because it looks like I will. So eventually, you'll beat what you'll believe to be the final boss, only to be given access to a fast travel system for backtracking all over the entire map as the game suddenly becomes a Metroidvania.
I wondered why someone likes it so much.
From here on, you'll be exploring new paths and uncovering old ones you missed in order to complete the map and recapture scattered music notes to open your way to the true final boss. But don't expect it to be a simple ride, as you're barely halfway at this point. You will gain the ability to time travel to and from the future by jumping through the newly opened time gates scattered all over the map. This dynamically adds a ton of interesting challenges all across the entire game, as you'll soon be diving in and out of these portals to evade traps, uncover secret passages, and acquire even more abilities and collectibles. It's incredible! The controls and abilities are so sharp you'll never stop feeling like a real ninja as you effortlessly jump and slice your way around. It never stops being fun. The ability to jump after hitting anything with your sword is probably the coolest implementation, adding environmental puzzles to the list of action platforming and Metroiding you're already doing. It's like Samus with a katana leaping and slicing her way through a demon army. In other words, the greatest thing to ever exist. Would she hold a sword in her hand, or would it come out of the gun arm? Somebody draw that! Though The Messenger looks like your typical 8-bit indie game, what makes it soar are its incredible sprites and animations. And it only gets better when you leap into the future and the entire game becomes gloriously recreated in 16-bit. This felt so good the first time I saw it happen. I was already sold on the game's first half and was fully satisfied with that being the end. But discovering everything the second half gives you, while the game beautifully erupts into 16-bit beauty? The spray quality in this game is so good I had to immortalize it with perler art. And yes, I am open to commissions. Thanks for asking, shameless plug. My only complaint is that Ninja Gaiden had these epic cutscenes for its story beats, whereas The Messenger just kind of has these profiles and text boxes. I thought you didn't like Ninja Gaiden. Speaking of the story, The story begins as a nameless ninja slacks off from his training while his clan awaits the coming of the prophesized messenger to save them from an incoming demon invasion. Due to his lazy attitude, he ends up late for training as the demon army suddenly attacks, killing all the other ninjas. The messenger finally arrives too late and has no choice but to pass on the burden of carrying a sacred scroll to the top of a distant mountain in order to save humanity onto the last ninja, considering his greatest asset is not being dead. You're no hero, you're just the slacker who accidentally evaded gruesome death simply by being too lazy. And now you're the last hope for humanity as hell literally wages war to try and stop you. That's the setup, and the rest of the game is just as outrageous. It's a hilarious, self-aware, time-traveling tangled web from here on. And it's amazing. I always make sure to chat up the shopkeeper at every opportunity just to hear her many comical and sometimes even insightful conversations. The story will eventually lead down some strange twists that you definitely won't see coming, but never did it feel uninteresting or out of character with the world. Then you can forget all about that Demon King stuff and play the DLC Picnic Panic to have a tubular beach party, and unlock a ridiculously difficult bonus mode where you replay the entire game continually deathless. Nope, you tried it in Hollow Knight. Nope, no thank you, moving on. Okay, were you not even listening, like, the entire time? This soundtrack's amazing. This entire soundtrack was made by the talented Rainbow Dragon Eyes, and that includes the 8-bit and 16-bit renditions of every song. Aside from this being one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard, music alone is what really sells the effect of jumping from one time period to another. It's so drastic, I didn't even notice the visuals changing until after I got over the incredible music. There's even some neat musical interactions in the background, like how the mushrooms sing along to the chorus of the music of Quillshroom Marsh as you play it. It's all done so well, it's incredible. There's Metroid Prime, Portal 2, and The Messenger. Oh, they're all video games. Well, duh, but no. All have female protagonists. That's not even true. No, I got this. All have killer psychopaths. Soundtracks, thank you. Right. Yeah, that's definitely what I was gonna say. The only thing this game doesn't have going for it is its harsh difficulty, and that lackluster title. I mean, seriously, it's so much cooler than The Messenger. It sounds kind of like Paperboy. This might be the best indie game I've ever played, and I guarantee you I'll be all over Sea of Stars once Sabotage Studios finishes it. It's not even an action platformer anymore. They're making an RPG. These people are gods among men, and I don't care if they're making a visual novel porno, I'm gonna play it. I'll hold you to that just in case. The positive gamer in me had loads of fun with The Messenger, giving it a solid 9 out of 10. It's an outrageous story with incredible gameplay, music, and artwork. It'll be tough to recommend to anyone due to its challenge, but for those interested, absolutely do not let this game pass you by. The critical gamer in me can't resist awarding the incredible achievement that is The Messenger with a 10 out of 10. This game was amazing with its first half, and it didn't have to, but it went and overachieved so hard that nothing in recent memory even rivals its ambition or success. But what do you think? Let us know how your positive and critical sides rate The Messenger in the comments below. But if you think indie games can't be as good as a full-blown AAA title, then you're just playing with yourself. Oh. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more and use the links in the description to nominate your own episode. And thank you to all of our Patreon members, Atomic Thomas, Cameron, Arrow, Rowan, Erica, Minya, Sid, and Crystal. Booyah!